Hello. So I'm going to say in advance, we had a bit of a technical issue. I'd originally planned for this to be a live stream, but we are having to record it about an hour or two before it actually goes out. So I'm very sorry that it's slightly different than I planned. But thank you very much if you are watching. As you know, probably if you're watching, I decided to do this to commemorate my mum and celebrate her on the 10th anniversary of her passing away, which was earlier on in the week. And I've set up a Just Giving fundraiser as well. And thank you so much if you have already donated some money to it. I really appreciate that. My original goal was set at £500, and I think I've nearly doubled that. So I'm really, really grateful for all your donations, whether you knew my mum or not. If you know me, you will know that I am terrified of singing in front of people, and this is less scary but not completely unscary, so sorry if I come across a bit gibbery, but as I say, I really appreciate you tuning in for this. So the reason that I wanted to do this as a tribute to my mum was that she loved music all her life, and she loved a whole range of music, from reggae and northern soul to Motown, classical and musicals. And she always made sure that that was a big part of mine and my brother's lives as well. And it was also a big part of her life with my dad. So I thought this would be a really good tribute to her. So I've picked a selection of 5 songs that remind me of my mum for various reasons, and I'll introduce them as to why. I'm not going to talk too much now, but the first song I will go for is not something that you will immediately recognise as being from the thing it's from. And that was because we did dance a lot when I was younger. My mum made sure that me and my brother always had things like that in our lives, and our dance school used to put on performances every year at the Theatre Royal in Norwich, and one of the performances that they put on was Annie. And as I say, this is definitely not from Annie, but there's a segment where they go to the cinema, and obviously that's quite difficult to fill in a theatre. So our dance school teacher had some performances put on in that bit, and there was somebody that sang this song during that. So it really reminds me of that time period. My mum used to help a lot with the shows, but she also used to do adult tap, and she loved it. So the first song I'm going to sing is Lullaby of Broadway. Listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain at Angelo's and Max's when the Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. To go to town and everyone goes crazy. You rock-a-bye your baby round till everything gets hazy. Hush-a-bye, I'll buy you this and that. You hear your daddy saying, and baby goes home to her flat to sleep all day. Good night, baby. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Sleep tight. sorry, I am also in control of the music. So I've got Sal helping me here as well, and in a moment I'm going to ask her to join me to sing a song, and it's probably one of the songs that actually most reminds me of my mum. So as I say, growing up, she always made sure that music was a big part of mine and my brother's lives, and both of us learnt an instrument growing up. I learnt the flute for some unknown reason, and my brother learnt the piano, and we would spend a lot of our evenings sat in my brother's bedroom at his keyboard, just singing through musical scores from start to finish. And my brother's bedroom was directly opposite our bathroom across our landing. And my mum used to lie in the bath and listen to us singing, and she really, really loved it. And she would quite often call out requests for us to sing. And this is one of the songs she always asked us to sing. So I grew up singing it with my brother, and then as I got older, we used to go on car journeys and things. Me and my mum would sing it together as well. And so it's been really nice also singing it with Sal now as well. But what I will say is I've given Sal all of about 3 or 4 days to learn this. So she probably will look at the lyrics, which is fair enough. But this is from a musical called Miss Saigon. And it's called Last Night of the World.
In a place that won't let us feel, in a life where nothing seems real, I have found you. I have found you.
In a world that's moving too fast, in a world where nothing can last, I will hold you. I will hold you.
Our lives will change when tomorrow comes.
Tonight our hearts drown the distant drums,
And we'll have music alright, tearing the night, a song played on a solo saxophone, a crazy sound,
a lonely sound,
a cry that tells us love goes on and on, played on a solo saxophone. It's telling me to hold you tight and dance like it's the last night of the world. On the other side of the earth, there's a place where life still has worth. I will take you.
I'll go with you.
You won't believe all the things you'll see. I know 'cause you'll see them there with me.
If we're together, that's when we'll
Hear it again, a song played on a solo saxophone, a crazy sound, a lonely sound, a cry that tells us love goes on and on, played on a solo saxophone. It's telling me to hold you tight and dance like it's the last night of the world.
dreams were all I ever knew.
Dreams, you won't need them when I'm through.
Anywhere we may be,
I will sing with you.
feel like I should explain. Sal didn't just suddenly decide to start cradling the microphone, and we didn't just suddenly get the giggles. One of our dogs decided to lie on the microphone cable, so the mic just dropped. Yeah. So you can tell we are doing it in one take. Oh dear, thank you, darling. So yeah, like I say, that really reminds me of that particular time period, and generally that's kind of where my love of musicals, I think, really came from. And the next song is a slightly different choice. It's from a movie soundtrack. And so if you didn't know my mum, she passed away from secondary breast cancer when she was 56. I was 27 when she passed away. But she loved music so much that throughout her lifetime, she would constantly say, oh, I love this song, I'd love this at my funeral. And there were so many songs that she had said that not only to us, but to other people, that when it came to choosing music for her funeral, we had to really kind of select what we chose. But this was one of the songs she always said, oh, I'd love this at my funeral. But I don't think we actually had it in the end. And if you didn't know my mum, I think her funeral, was a testament to her and the person she was, in that it was so full. People were sitting in the aisles, and people had to watch it from outside. You know, she was a really loved person. And as I say, this song wasn't something we had during her funeral, but for me, I find it a really poignant, beautiful song. And it really makes me think of her. As I say, it's from a movie soundtrack. And if you visited her at home, she would either always be at her piano, or she would always be sat in her garden room with music playing. And this is one of the soundtracks she always had playing. So this is called Into the West, and it's from the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Lay down your sweet and weary head. Night is falling. You have come to journey's end. Sleep now and dream of the ones who came before. They are calling from across the distant shore. Why do you weep? What are these tears upon your face? Soon you will see. All of your fears will pass away, safe in my arms. You're only sleeping. What can you see? On the horizon, why do the white gulls call across the sea? A pale moon rises. The ships have come to carry you home. And all will turn to silver glass, a light on the water, all souls pass, hope fades into the world of night, through shadows falling out of memory and time. Don't say we have come now to the end. and I will meet again, and you'll be here in my arms, just sleeping. What can you see on the horizon? Why do the white gulls call across the sea? A pale moon rises. The ships have come to carry you home, and all will turn to silver glass. A light on the water, gray ships pass into the west.
I feel like I've calmed down a bit now from the first hysterical nerves. So as I say, if you know me, you probably will know that about me. I have sung for years, but I just cannot sing in front of people. I get really over the top. But my mum was really, really encouraging of my singing. She always really wanted me to sing. And when she got her secondary breast cancer diagnosis, she was already someone who loved her holidays, loved her family, loved her friends, really loved life. But she decided to do some of the things that she'd always wanted to do. And one of them was she started learning to play piano, and she loved her piano. As I say, you'd always go round there and she'd either be sat listening to music or she'd be at her piano practicing. And she did all of her piano exams. But the other thing she did was take up singing lessons. She'd always really wanted to do it. And she did that on her own at first, and she kept praising me to go with her. So I would have been in my kind of late teens, about 19. And I always said no because I didn't want to sing in front of somebody, but eventually she convinced me to go, and I'm really glad she did. And it was a really lovely time period. It's something we looked forward to every week, going to our singing lessons together. And the singing teacher she found was a classically trained singer, and he introduced me to singing arias and opera, which is not something I would have naturally sung. And I have really fond memories of my mum sat in their beautiful garden room looking at their lovely garden, drinking her coffee and listening to me sing when it was my turn. And she would quite often put in requests for things that she would like me to sing in my lessons, and there was 2 songs she always chose. And one was Summertime from Porgy and Bess, which I nearly sang, but I decided to go with this this song instead. And I feel a bit apprehensive to sing it because it's been quite a long time since I've sung opera, so I hope it goes well. We'll soon find out. But this, as I say, not only reminds me of that, but it was also from the first opera that we went to see together, which is an opera called Gianni Schicchi, which you probably haven't heard of, but you will definitely recognise the song if you've not heard it before. And it's O mio bambino caro. We have a Sicilian friend called Vera, and if you watch this, Vera, I'm really sorry for murdering your beautiful language. I will do my best with it, but I'm just going to have a sip of tea and then we'll give it a go.
Mi piace bello
Yay. Oh, I'm glad that one's done. So as I say, I picked a collection of songs that for me really remind me of my mum, my memories with her in one way or another. But the final song I'm going to sing, and I can't believe I've got to that point already, I would say truthfully doesn't hugely remind me of my mum. But I picked it because I really wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to her. It's, as I say, 10 years since she passed away, and she gave me and all of the people around her so much. My dad, my brother, me. She was a daughter, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, a friend, and she gave so much to so many people. But for me personally, one of the greatest things, other than being my mother, obviously, that she gave me was music. She always filled our lives with music. And for me, even though I don't sing publicly, I sing all the time. If you know me well, you'll know the giggliness is quite a common thing, and that's because I really struggle to express my emotions. But music has always been a way that I've been able to do that. And it's something that I have so many fond memories of her for. So if you haven't already donated to the Just Giving page and you would like to do so, I'd be incredibly grateful. Not necessarily in memory of my mum if you didn't know her, but I think cancer is something that affects all of us and people that we love at some point. So I think it's a great cause. And if you were able to contribute to that, I would be enormously grateful. But I'm going to finish now with my final song, which is Thank You for the Music by ABBA.
I'm nothing special, in fact, I'm a bit of a bore. When I tell a joke, you've probably heard it before. But I have a talent, a wonderful thing, 'cause everyone listens when I start to sing. I'm so grateful and proud. All I want is to sing it out loud. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. Mother says I was a dancer before I could walk. She says I began to sing long before I could talk. But I often wonder, how did it all start? Who found out that nothing can capture a heart like a melody can? Well, whoever it was, I'm a fan. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. I've been so lucky. I am the girl with golden hair. I want to sing it out to everybody. What a joy, what a life, what a chance. Thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy that live ringing? Who can live without